Here at the Sewell Center in Moon Township, Pennsylvania, where St. Francis Brooklyn will take on Robert Morris on Sunday at 1 o'clock for the Northeast Conference Women's Basketball Championship, joined by Terrier head coach John Thurston. And, Coach, you started off the season kind of slow, but down the stretch, you've really picked it up. You've won 4 road games in a row to get to this point. How have you been able to get on this late run to reach all the way to the NEC Championship game?
Well, I mean, for those people who were around the program, they know of all the injuries that we had early and how we had to rebuild our team because of it. We, we're going way back to the practice season. Olivia Levy tore ACL. Colette wasn't able to come back because of her third ankle surgery. So we had to shift gears when we were already practicing, when we started practice, because we were down to Jamie and a freshman post player. And we had already lost Jessica Kaufman when she decided to graduate early. So the team that accepted the bid to the preseason WNIT was not exactly the same team that we put on the floor then. And instead of being an experienced team with experienced post players coming off the bench, we went to an experienced starting team that was, instead of playing 2 post players, was now playing 4 guards. And all freshmen coming off the bench. So it was, and then to compound that as the season went on, Ailey broke her finger early in the practice season, missed both of our scrimmages, barely played and practiced in our WNIT games. Sarah broke her nose early and has had a broken nose all year. And then Jamie's wrist, she developed the wrist issues back in December, and that made it difficult to practice. Right? And for us, and to get our rhythm and everything else, we couldn't do the things that we would normally do in practice, and at the same time, we had to bring the freshmen along. So I think what's happened now is that we're, for the most part, a little bit healthier. We've been able to bring the freshmen along so where one or two of them can contribute in a game. We found the right method to practice our kids without risking further injury, and we've hit some shots. So that's the big thing too.
You and Robert Morris have played a lot of close games lately. The last 3 years there have either been 5 or less points or in overtime. 2 of those have gone to double overtime. What do you think is the reason that you just always find yourself in a close game against this opponent that you have in the championship game?
Well, I mean, I just think that we've played a lot of close games against a lot of people. Very rarely do we get blown out. You go back to Sacred Heart. We split with Sacred Heart. With Bryant, we're always in the game with Bryant. Central, we had a 2-point game. Fairleigh Dickinson game, we could have won. We had a shot to win that game. And even going back into non-conference play, we had Army beat up at Army. We had NJIT beat up there. So our record is very deceiving. And I think it's kind of the nature of the NEC is that especially the teams that have experienced players, like Ashley Ravelli's been here for a while now. And, the players know one another. Okay, the coaches know one another. They know the systems, so the games they're basically going to be like that. And hopefully, and I'm hoping that it's a close game tomorrow, because if it's a close game, you always have a chance to win at the end.
Segueing into winning at the end, obviously, if you were able to win the game in the championship, it would be the program's first NEC title. It would be the first basketball NEC title for St. Francis Brooklyn as a school. What would it mean to achieve that?
Well, first of all, for our players, they have climbed every single mountain that was there for them 3 years ago. Number one was basically to have a winning season. They hadn't had a winning season in years. And then it was to have a winning season and make the NEC tournament, because they hadn't had a winning season in 40 years. So then it was to get to the tournament, and then finally this year, it was to get beyond the first round. All right, and we did that. And the final mountain for them to climb was getting into the championship game. Because if you get into the championship game, you have a chance to win the championship. If you don't get in the game, you cannot possibly win it. So for our girls, it's the final hurdle. But more importantly, for the school, there are people there like Irma, Carl Quigley, Dennis McDermott, who have spent their whole life there. And I think it's important for them to be able to experience a championship. And irregardless of that, our kids are competitors, and they're going to go out and play as hard as they can. Whatever happens in the game, I'm just so proud of our kids that we got here, that we've climbed every mountain, right, gone over the mountain, got there. All right, whatever happens, happens. But I hope for the sake of the old timers at school that they can experience a championship.
Coach, thanks a lot. Best of luck.
All right, thank you very much for being here.